dopest Artel W miniatures to date.
Spiky bits.
What's up, hobby maniacs? This is a pretty cool thing. I gotta admit, I had no idea they was coming, and they showed up, and I'm like, whoa. This is the coolest thing yet. I love Artel W Miniatures. Of course, they always have great price miniatures, and now they're getting into the collectibles kind of scene, which is great for a boutique resin manufacturer. I think it's cool. I think it's an eventuality, and for a company this young to be doing this cool things is really exciting. So obviously, we're always going to have the out-of-box experience, the wax seal, the twine, the paper, and then what do you think is in that box right there? Well, I'll show you, but over on the website first. Artel W just upped the game, of course. You can check out this whole section over on their site, artelw.com. They have all sorts of different categories in here. We haven't even scratched the surface. Now, up until this point, everything we showed you has been a 28mm scale figurine, whether it's, you know, from the Grim Gothic line or something else or a bundle. Today, we're going to show you some of their 54mm miniature line here, limited edition. I don't know what that means. I imagine there's some sort of certificate or something inside of it. But for $40 for a 54mm miniature, I feel like is pretty decent value. It looks like there is a certain number available. I don't know what that number is. Maybe if there's a certificate, we'll find out. Oh, here we go. Limited edition of 150 sets. Here's a warm-up, an appetizer look at what's going to come inside. Now, you've already seen that Witch Hunter in the 28mm scale, so now you know this is going to be a very much larger, more dynamic, more detailed miniature. I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth. Than what we've seen in the past. And of course, it looks like it's going to have all of the parts. Yep, all of the parts right there. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to put these together yet. I may paint these for a tutorial or something like that, but I feel like this is kind of like a really neat thing to just kind of show you, other than, you know, normally we put them together and kind of go that route. So over a half left for 40. Now remember, 54mm, that's about the size of a dreadnought. So this is nothing to sneeze at. There's a lot of detail here. You can really go to town and have fun painting these miniatures. Here's Katrina. How many is left here? 33. So that one's a little bit more popular. And what I like about this miniature, you've already seen it. There's a sci-fi version and there's a fantasy type version. This is the sci-fi type version right here, standing on top of a slain demon. And 150 sets, original art. Very cool. And $40 again, I think is a pretty good value for what you get right there. A similar thing would cost you more. Now, their very first bust, at least that I know of course, well, they've got this one here too, which you've seen that one around, but I feel like the Red Angel, I'm not saying he's Angron, but he looks a lot like Angron. Very, very cool, very detailed miniature here. Not exactly sure how big it is, but judging by the box I just showed you, it's going to be kind of big. So obviously we've got a Baroque kind of warrior here, gladiator style armor, segmented plate with a ginormous axe, of course, but I think we all know who he may or may not supposed to be there. A closer look at him. The cool thing about these size of miniatures is that you can do so much. Now, I'm not exactly sure what size this is. 1/12, 62mm, 137 to the top of the axe. So that is approximately, let's see, that is about 6 inches tall. 150mm would be 6 inches tall. So very cool, very cool. This is a lot larger than I thought. And we're going to dive in and take, oh, there you go, there's a scale. Take a closer look at it here in a second. So it looks like it has lots of parts, but not too many to get lost in. And really, at the end of the day, you got to figure out what kind of plinth you're going to put them on, you know, because that all kind of factors into it, but you want to glue that down last, of course. So, funny story, I actually have no way to know what miniature comes in here because it's not labeled. So we're about to see the Witch Hunter. Hey, I need that. It's the Witch Hunter. So here's the certificate of authenticity from Artel W. hand signed out of 150 copies. This is number 43. That's pretty neat. Okay, a little limited edition print here. Very, very neat. Or a little, I forget what they call these when they come in it. Little box art kind of thing, limited edition. That's pretty cool. That's nice printing. It's very cool. Very, very nice. Definitely a very cool out-of-boxing experience. This is the first time we've seen foam from Artel W. Okay, so it's a little foam kind of case in the box. It's going to be on a 40mm base. All right, and all of the parts that you would expect, it looks like, from the Witch Hunter. I'll have to see if I have my Witch Hunter around here so we can kind of compare them. But I'm going to open these up and we're going to take a closer look. So the first bag of bits, I guess, is probably a little misleading because, well, you can't really tell the scale. But here is the Witch Hunter miniature. So now you can definitely tell the scale. So let's take a closer look here. There is a lot more detail on the larger one here. You can see right on the overcoat for sure. Lots and lots more detail right down to all the intricate design in there. I'm kind of looking at it for the first time right now, so I'm not kind of a little out of words. But yeah, that is very cool. And literally the body is as big as the whole miniature of the 28mm scale one. That's just kind of nuts in my opinion. So here's a better look at the different head with the optics and a rebreather right there, very steampunky, and all the other parts, the robot bionic hands with pistol, just the normal blade and saber, or you can go where it's stabbing into the dude, and the backpack bits and all that stuff. So all of it is definitely way more detailed than the original 28mm scale for sure. By process of elimination, this is Katrina, again a $40 54mm scale miniature from Artel W. Unfortunately, I don't have my Katrina miniature in 28mm scale, but suffice to say, I feel like we know that this one's going to be a little bit more detailed as well because of the size, but we can definitely check it out here in a second. Those wings are looking good. So two different limited edition cards, I guess, because there's two different versions of the model that you can make here, and a limited certificate of authenticity here, number 64 of 150. Sculpted by Constantine and Sergey. Oh, that's cool. So parts, lots and lots of parts right here. Whoa, oh, wow, look at that. Look at the detail on that demon right there. I had no idea it was that detailed on the original miniature. So let's open one of these and take a closer look. Well, I couldn't decide which one to open, so I opened them both. So here's that cool looking demon head that's gonna form the base. And something else I was thinking about too, like, you don't have to, even though these come out 40mm, you can put these on plinths too and make these little display or enter them into paint contests. You don't have to have just a bust to do it as well. So just something I was thinking about as I saw this demon right here. Now this is the slice, well, not a whole slice, just an extra leg right there. But I mean, all of this stuff incredibly. Look at the detail on the shield. Look at the feathers here. Now this is something that you would expect from, say, a resin maker out of Nottingham. Look at all that great detail work on all the feathers. Amazing, amazing quality. Flaming sword of Voltron. Maybe St. Celestine style. Very good looking detail here. And then of course the head. This is the sci-fi version, so it's going to have a little reticule optics right there with a little flip of the hair and lots of shoulder pads and such as well. There's a big one. So lots of cool, and the doves and the extra head right here. If you don't like the bionics, we got this one here with a little bit of a scar, because who isn't a warrior that isn't scarred at some point in their life, and just a regular sword if you don't want to go for the flaming version. Very, very cool miniature. Let's see if it, you just got to get rid of that flash right there. So, man, this thing is going to be big. Definitely going to be the size of a Dreadnought for sure. Or the old Inquisitor scale, if you remember that. Oh, wow, look at the torso right there. That's incredible. Look at all that detail. Wow, okay, I got to stop talking. Next miniature. And last, but certainly not least, is the Red Angel. By far a much larger scale. Almost, I think it's going to be about twice as big once we get it out here. So this is a ginormous box, but I'm sure we will have... Oh, look at that. Dear customer, you are awesome. This will give you a 7%. I feel like I'm reading a Survivor immunity challenge, or immunities idol. That's what it is. It will give you a 7% discount from any order on our web store, artelw.com. Oh, well, I don't know if that was meant for you guys to see, but but no takesy backsies. Try that code out. Signed. Coupon is valid to the new year. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, very neat. You are awesome. 7% off purchases over at Artel W. Okay, so what is this? Oh, all right, I see what's happening here. Okay, that's neat. So we got more foam. This is a multi-level box. Wow, look at this. It's so big. So here is the torso, the red. Wow. Holy cow, this is way bigger than I thought it was. So this is about 3 inches, 2.5 inches tall. This is incredible. This is like, I don't even know. I have nothing. I've actually never painted a bust. Maybe this is how big they're supposed to be. Is this how big this comic book busts are supposed to be? I don't even know. But regardless, oh wow, look at that. That is so cool. This guy is huge. Now he is $92, so I suppose that kind of makes sense once you start looking at the size here. But I mean, dang, that is pretty cool. Obviously taking a few hits in his day. Segmented gladiator style armor with a fur cape, lots of skulls and twine, and a big ass cowl up there. Let's see what else is in here. So there's the head. There's some hangy skulls. Looks like you can form Voltron here with this axe. A little bit of air bubble. You might have to trim that. Let's see. We'll go to, yeah, I just need to trim it out a little bit. That's crazy. That's bigger than my hand. Almost bigger than my hand. My hands are the biggest thing on my body. Let's see. How long is this? 6 inches. Wow. That is crazy. I did not expect this whatsoever. Okay. Open this up, and we got more parts. Oh, cool. So here's his arm. Definitely ready to go to Punchy McPuncherton Town. Those, oh man, I don't know what it is about their chains, but their chain detail, incredible. Look at all that chain mail up there, and lots of leather studs. This would be really fun to paint. Flesh, exposed flesh here, of course, because he's a gladiator, duh. Let's see, something like, oh, that's right, he's holding, yeah, he's holding it. Okay. Very neat. Okay. And then we've got, I don't know what this is. Is this another part of the bust? I suppose that might go right there. And we've got some shoulder pads. Something like this. Oh, that's right, because he has one exposed arm, one, yeah, okay, one armored arm. I get it now. So there it is. That's basically how it goes together without looking at any pictures, aka cheating. That's how that goes together. Shoot, I forget how this goes together. Well, crap. I am just so taken aback. I don't remember how all these things go in here. Maybe like this? Yeah, there we go. Okay. We did it. Wow, that is pretty cool. I like this. This might be a future tutorial here on the channel. So a very cool out-of-boxing experience for sure, with every little possible piece of protection in here and some nice little pull-outs as well. And of course, don't forget that discount code, you are awesome, for 7% off over on their site right now. So that is it for this one, but man, I tell you what, I am blown away by the quality, and just for, man, I just cannot say enough good things. For only being as old as they are, it's really cool to see them come onto the scene and kind of go in this direction and kind of take over gangbuster style on the boutique kind of tabletop sci-fi genre type of thing here. It's very, very cool to see, and this is, I can't wait to see more of these hopefully here in the near future from Artel W as well, heading on into the new year. Wow, very, very cool stuff. So that's it for this one. Make sure you check them out, artelw.com, and hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all these videos.
Spiking bits.